Hello, dear friend. Welcome back to another evening wrapped in magic and wonder. Tonight, I'm taking you on a very special journey. Your first visit to Hogsmeade. Can you imagine it? The cobblestone streets, the shop windows glowing with enchanted light, the smell of butterbeer and fresh parchment drifting through the crisp autumn air. You'll wander through crooked alleyways, discover hidden corners, and perhaps stumble upon something that was waiting just for you. So, settle in somewhere comfortable, let the warmth surround you, and allow yourself to drift into this world. Your adventure begins now. The morning breaks cold and bright over Hogwarts, the kind of October day where the air bites gently at your cheeks and the sky stretches endlessly blue above the castle towers. You've been awake since dawn, too excited to sleep, lying in your four-poster bed and listening to the steady breathing of your dormmates. Today is the day, your first trip to Hogsmeade. You dress quickly, pulling on your favorite jumper beneath your Gryffindor robes, the one that's slightly too big and makes you feel cozy and safe. Your fingers fumble with excitement as you lace your boots, and you have to remind yourself to breathe, to slow down, to savor every moment of this. You've been dreaming about Hogsmeade since you first heard about it last year, listening to the older students talk about honeydukes and zonkos and the three broomsticks with a longing so sharp it made your chest ache. The common room buzzes with energy when you climb down from the dormitory. Second years cluster near the portrait hole, permission slips clutched in their hands, voices high with anticipation. You spot Iris right away, her yellow Hufflepuff scarf bright against her dark robes, her hair in two neat braids that hang over her shoulders. She waves when she sees you, and you weave through the crowd to reach her. "Ready?" she asks, and her smile is infectious, spreading across her freckled face like sunshine. "I've been ready since last year," you tell her, and she laughs. Tommy finds you both outside the Great Hall, his Ravenclaw robes already rumpled despite the early hour, ink stains decorating his too long sleeves like accidental art. His auburn hair sticks up in all directions, and he's practically vibrating with excitement. "I made a list of everything I want to see," he announces, pulling a crumpled piece of parchment from his pocket. Tomes and Scrolls has a new section on experimental charms, and I heard the telescope shop got a shipment of lunar observation lenses. And... "Tommy," Iris interrupts gently, "we have all day." The three of you join the stream of students heading toward the entrance gates. Professor Clearwater stands there checking permission slips, her sharp eyes scanning each piece of parchment carefully. Your hand trembles just slightly as you pass yours over, even though you know it's been signed and sealed properly. She nods and waves you through, and just like that, you're free. The walk to Hogsmeade stretches before you like an adventure waiting to unfold. The path winds away from the castle, cutting through grounds touched with autumn's golden hand. Leaves crunch beneath your feet in satisfying whispers, and the air smells of wood smoke and approaching winter, of earth and possibility. Other students cluster around you, second years like yourself taking it all in with wide eyes, older students walking with the casual confidence of those who've done this dozens of times before. "Look," Tommy points ahead, and your heart leaps. There, nestled in the valley below, Hogsmeade appears like something from a storybook. Crooked buildings lean companionably against each other, their thatched roofs dusted with morning frost that glitters in the sunlight. Smoke rises from chimneys in lazy spirals, and shop signs swing gently in the breeze, creaking on their hinges. You can see the painted images on them, even from here, bright and inviting, promising wonders within. The village grows larger with each step, details emerging like a photograph developing. Windows gleam with warm light. Witches and wizards move along the streets, their robes swirling around them. A cat sits on a windowsill, watching the students approach with unblinking amber eyes. Everything feels saturated with magic, as if the very air hums with it. "It's even better than the older students described," Tommy breathes, and you can only nod, words stuck somewhere in your throat. Iris pulls a list from her pocket as you enter the village proper, ever practical, even in the face of such wonder. "Okay, I need quills. You wanted to look at pets. Tommy wants books. Can we just explore first?" The words tumble out before you can stop them. "See everything?" Iris looks like she might protest, but then she sees your face, the pure longing written there, and her expression softens. "All right, but we make a plan after. Agreed?" "Agreed," you and Tommy chorus together. The streets of Hogsmeade wrap around you like a warm embrace. Everywhere you look, there's something new to marvel at. A shop selling cauldrons of every size, from tiny ones that would fit in your palm to massive ones that could brew potions for an army. A window display of flying broomsticks, sleek and beautiful, hovering in midair. A post office where owls perch on every available surface, hooting and ruffling their feathers. The sounds blend together into a symphony of magical life, voices and laughter, and the distant clatter of dishes, the rustle of parchment, and the chime of shop bells. 3 broomsticks, Iris suggests, pointing to the pub ahead. Its windows glow with golden light, and even from here you can smell something sweet and enticing. The warmth hits you the moment you step inside, a wall of heat and noise and delicious scents that makes you sigh with contentment. The 3 broomsticks bustles with life. Students crowd around tables, their voices creating a cheerful din. Adults sit at the bar, deep in conversation. The walls are covered with photographs that wave and smile, and the ceiling beams hang with copper pots and dried herbs that fill the air with hints of rosemary and thyme. You find a table near the window, squeezing onto the wooden bench that's worn smooth by countless visitors. A plump witch with flower-dusted robes and the rosiest cheeks you've ever seen approaches, her smile warm and motherly. "First visit, dears?" Madame Rosewood asks, and somehow she just knows, perhaps from the way you're all staring around like you've never seen anything so wonderful. "Yes," you manage to say. "Then you absolutely must try the butterbeer. 3?" You nod eagerly, and she bustles away, returning moments later with 3 foaming mugs. The liquid inside glows golden, topped with cream so white it almost seems to shimmer. She sets them down carefully, and you notice she's added extra whipped cream to each one. "Enjoy it," she says kindly, her eyes twinkling. "There's nothing quite like your first butterbeer in Hogsmeade." You lift the mug to your lips, and the first sip is pure magic. The sweetness floods your mouth, butterscotch and vanilla, and something you can't quite name, something that tastes like comfort and happiness distilled into liquid form. The warmth spreads through your chest, down to your fingers and toes, chasing away every bit of the autumn chill. The cream melts on your tongue, and you close your eyes for just a moment, savoring it. "This is incredible," Tommy says, and he's already got a cream mustache that makes Iris giggle. You watch the other patrons as you drink, feeling wonderfully anonymous and yet part of something larger. Older students lean together, sharing secrets and stories. A wizard in traveling robes reads the Daily Prophet, his finger tracing the moving photographs. Two witches laugh over some private joke, their hands wrapped around their mugs. You belong here, you realize. You're part of this magical world in a way that feels different from being at Hogwarts, more grown up somehow, more real. I could stay here all day, Tommy sighs, taking another long sip. We have shopping to do, Iris reminds him, but there's no urgency in her voice. She's enjoying this too, you can tell, even if she won't admit it. Drink up, and then we'll make our rounds. Joke shop first? Your heart leaps. Yes, please. The cold air feels sharper after the warmth of the pub, but it's invigorating, waking you up fully. You follow Iris and Tommy down the street, past Gladrag's wizard wear with its display of pointed hats and shimmering robes, past Scrivenshaft's quill shop, where feathers of every color dance in the window. And then you see it. Twist's jokes and pranks explodes with color, even from the outside. The shop front looks like a rainbow had a collision with a fireworks display. Signs proclaim new screaming yo-yos and try our hiccup sweets and caution. Objects may behave unexpectedly. Through the window, you can see movement and flashes of light, hear muffled bangs and pops. The moment you step inside, chaos envelops you. The shop is crammed with shelves that reach toward the ceiling, every surface covered with boxes and jars, and items that seem to have minds of their own. A display of fanged frisbees snaps at passing customers. Dung bombs sit in an innocent-looking pyramid that you suspect is anything but innocent. Somewhere, something is making a noise like a very offended chicken. Barnaby Twist himself stands behind the counter, demonstrating something to a group of fourth years. His ginger hair shoots out in all directions, like he's been electrocuted, and his grin stretches wide across his face, mischief dancing in his eyes. He wears robes patched with every color imaginable, and his fingers move with practiced ease as he juggles what appear to be small explosives. Perfectly safe, he's saying, though the small scorch mark on the ceiling above him suggests otherwise. Well, mostly safe. Relatively safe. Ah, who am I kidding? They're brilliant. You wander deeper into the shop, your eyes trying to take in everything at once. Extendable ears dangle from hooks like strange, fleshy decorations. Nose-biting teacups sit primly on a shelf, looking perfectly innocent until one of them snaps at your finger when you get too close. Tommy has found a quill that he picks up curiously, and immediately it begins writing in his own handwriting, scrawling insults across a nearby piece of parchment. "Put that down," Iris laughs, reading over his shoulder. "It just called you a bumbling flobberworm." "I didn't write that," Tommy protests, but he's laughing too, setting the quill back carefully. You're drawn to a box on a middle shelf, simple brown cardboard with neat script that reads, "Everlasting confetti crackers." Something about it calls to you, and before you can think better of it, you're lifting the lid. The explosion of confetti is immediate and overwhelming. Colored paper bursts from the box in a fountain that seems to have no end, swirling around you in a glittering storm. Pink and gold and silver and blue, sparkling pieces that catch the light and spin through the air like tiny dancers. They land in your hair, on your robes, on your shoulders, and they keep coming, more and more, until you're standing in a perpetual rain of celebration. Tommy and Iris are caught in the blast radius, both of them suddenly coated in the stuff. A piece of gold confetti lands on Iris's nose, and she goes cross-eyed trying to look at it. Tommy opens his mouth to say something and immediately gets a mouthful of the sparkling paper. Wonderful choice. Barnaby Twist has appeared beside you, his grin somehow even wider. That particular batch is especially enthusiastic. Should wear off in an hour or so. Only 3 sickles. I'll take them, you say, and Iris gives you a look that's half exasperation, half amusement. You're going to use those on someone, aren't you? She asks, plucking confetti from her braids. Probably, you admit, grinning as Barnaby wraps the box carefully, the confetti still streaming from your hair. You leave the shop trailing sparkles like a comet, confetti continuing to fall from your clothes in gentle drifts. Other students stare and point, and you can't help but laugh, feeling slightly ridiculous and completely delighted. Tomes and Trinkets sits just down the street, its windows crowded with books stacked in precarious towers and curious objects that glint in the afternoon light. The shop is quieter than Twist's, peaceful in a way that makes you want to whisper. Shelves climb the walls, packed so tightly with volumes that it seems impossible they don't simply collapse under their own weight. The air smells of old paper and leather binding, and something faintly sweet like vanilla. Tommy makes a small noise of pure happiness and immediately disappears into the maze of shelves, drawn toward a section labeled Magical Theory and Application. You wander more slowly, trailing your fingers along spines worn soft with age, past books with titles in languages you don't recognize, and covers that seem to shift when you're not looking directly at them. A separate section holds curiosities, smaller items mixed among the books. Enchanted bookmarks that remember your page and read aloud if you ask them to. Self-inking quills that never run dry. A tiny crystal ball no bigger than a marble that swirls with purple mist. And then you see it, a music box, small and delicate, made of dark wood inlaid with mother of pearl. Something about it draws you closer. You reach out carefully and lift the lid, and music spills into the air, a melody so sweet and sad it makes your chest ache. Inside the box, tiny dragons made of silver and gold dance in an eternal waltz, their wings spread, their movements impossibly graceful. You're mesmerized, watching them spin and dip, the music washing over you like a gentle tide. It's beautiful in a way that makes you understand why people collect beautiful things, why they surround themselves with objects that serve no purpose except to create joy. Mr. Fenwick appears at your elbow, tall and thin, his spectacles sliding down his nose as they seem perpetually determined to do. Ah, lovely piece, that one. Been here for ages. 7 galleons. Your heart sinks. 7 galleons. You have exactly 10 galleons saved, money you've been carefully setting aside for months, and you've already earmarked it for something else, something important. Reluctantly, so reluctantly it almost hurts, you close the lid. The music cuts off, the dragons freeze mid-dance, and you set it back on the shelf. Maybe next time, you murmur, though you're not sure there will be a next time, not for this particular treasure. Iris has found more practical items, examining color-changing ink that shifts through the rainbow and a dragon hide bookmark that she declares is reasonably priced. Tommy emerges from the depths of the shop with 3 books clutched to his chest, his eyes bright with excitement. I need these all, he announces. This one's about defensive charm theory, and this one discusses wand movement precision, and this one... How much? Iris interrupts gently. Tommy checks the prices, and his face falls. 8 galleons total. You have 2 galleons, Iris reminds him. Oh, He stares at the books like they're old friends he's being forced to leave behind. "I'll come back next trip, I suppose." You file that information away carefully, a seed of an idea beginning to form. The magical menagerie sits on a corner where two streets meet, its windows alive with movement. You can hear it before you see it properly, a symphony of animal sounds, hooting and mewing and chirping, and the occasional croak. Your heart beats faster as you approach. This is what you've been saving for, what you've dreamed about. The door chimes when you enter, and immediately you're surrounded by life. Cages line the walls and hang from the ceiling. Owls perch in dignified rows, regarding you with large, knowing eyes. Cats of every color prowl and sleep and play. Toads sit in their terrariums like small, grumpy monarchs. Rats scurry through elaborate mazes. The air smells of fur and feathers and fresh straw, and underneath it all, magic, that particular scent that all magical creatures carry with them. Marigold Peasbloom emerges from the back room, and she looks exactly like someone who would run a pet shop. Short and round, her hair escaping from its bun in gray wisps, her robes covered in fur and what might be owl droppings. Her pockets bulge with treats, and a small purple pygmy puff sits on her shoulder, chirping contentedly. "Looking for a companion?" she asks warmly, and her smile makes you feel instantly at ease. "Yes," you say, and your voice comes out smaller than you intended, full of hope and nervousness. She shows you around, pointing out different animals and explaining their temperaments. The tawny owl, who's excellent at long-distance delivery. The black cat, who's very independent but loyal once you earn her trust. The toad, who, she swears, has a very pleasant personality once you get to know him. But you're drawn to a cage in the corner, drawn by something you can't quite explain. A small Kneazle kitten sits there, watching you with eyes that seem far too intelligent for such a tiny creature. Her fur glows bright orange, like a sunset, like molten copper, and her ears are slightly too large for her head in that way that baby animals have. You approach slowly, and the kitten stands, padding to the front of her cage. She reaches one paw through the bars, and when you extend your finger, she touches it gently, deliberately, her eyes never leaving yours. The contact sends a warm tingle through your hand, and you just know. "Oh," Marigold says softly, appearing beside you. "She's chosen you. That's special. Kneazles are very particular about their people." "How much?" you ask, almost afraid of the answer. "For a Kneazle kitten with good bloodlines," Marigold considers. "Normally 15 galleons, but she clearly wants you, and I've learned not to argue with a Kneazle's judgment. 10 galleons. You count your money with trembling fingers. 10 galleons exactly, every knut you've saved. You should hesitate, should think about this, but the kitten mews softly, and the decision makes itself. "I'll take her." Marigold beams, lifting the kitten out gently and placing her in a small woven basket lined with soft flannel. "She'll need a name." You look at the kitten, at her bright copper fur catching the light, and the answer comes immediately. "Copper." The kitten, "Copper, you're copper," purrs in response, and the sound vibrates through the basket and into your heart. You leave the shop cradling your new companion, and the world feels different now, fuller somehow. Copper peers out of the basket at everything with wide, curious eyes, occasionally batting at your fingers when they get close enough. The afternoon sun slants golden through the streets as you rejoin your friends outside. Iris coos over Copper immediately, and Tommy tries to interest her in a discussion of Kneazle intelligence, which the kitten ignores in favor of trying to catch a falling leaf that drifts past the basket. "I need to get those quills," Iris says eventually, checking her list. "Tommy, are you coming to look at the telescope shop?" "Absolutely," Tommy agrees. "I'll catch up," you hear yourself say. "I want to walk around a bit more with Copper. Let her see the village." They agree easily, arranging to meet back near the 3 broomsticks in an hour. And then they're gone, disappearing into the flow of students and shoppers. You're alone, or as alone as you can be in a busy village, with just a kitten for company. You wander without direction, letting your feet carry you down side streets you haven't explored yet. You show Copper everything, pointing out details you think she might find interesting. The way the shop signs creak, the cobblestones worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, the way magic seems to shimmer in the air itself when the light hits just right. That's when you notice it. A lantern hanging on the wall of a building, old-fashioned with paned glass and a flickering flame inside. Except the flickering isn't random, it's a pattern. Long, short, deliberate, intentional, like it's trying to tell you something. You stop walking, staring at it. Students pass by on either side of you, laughing and chatting, not even glancing at the lantern. A 5th year nearly bumps into you, muttering an apology before hurrying on. Nobody else seems to see it, or if they do, they don't care. But Copper sees it. She's standing up in her basket now, her paws on the edge, staring at the lantern with intense focus. She mews, a small, insistent sound, and looks up at you as if to say, "Well, are you going to investigate or not?" The lantern's light seems to point, or maybe you're imagining it, but when you follow the direction it suggests, you see something you somehow missed before. An alley so narrow it's barely visible between 2 buildings, the kind of space you'd walk past 100 times without noticing. The cobblestones leading into it are older, more worn, and shadows pool there even in the afternoon light. Every sensible part of you says you should find your friends, should stay on the main streets, should not wander into mysterious alleys following cryptic lantern signals. But there's another part of you, the part that got you sorted into Gryffindor, the part that's curious and brave and perhaps a little bit reckless, and that part is already moving forward. Copper purrs encouragingly. The alley is cool and quiet, the noise of the village fading behind you as you walk deeper. The buildings on either side lean close, their upper stories almost touching overhead, blocking out most of the sunlight. Your footsteps echo softly. The air tastes different here, older, full of secrets. And at the end of the alley, barely visible until you're nearly upon it, is a shop. A tiny shop front, easy to miss, with a sign hanging above the door in faded gold letters that read, "Finders and Keepers." Below it, in smaller script, "Purveyors of misplaced items." The window display is unlike anything you've ever seen. Objects crowd against the glass in cheerful chaos. A single glove, its partner long lost. Books stacked haphazardly, their spines worn. A teacup with a chip in the rim. A pair of spectacles. A child's toy dragon, one wing bent. Odd trinkets and orphaned things, each one clearly waiting for something or someone. The door stands slightly ajar, and when you push it open, a bell chimes somewhere deep inside the shop. But it's not a normal bell sound. It's more like music heard from far away, or the echo of laughter, something that makes you think of things lost and found and cherished. The interior is crammed, every available surface covered with items. Shelves climb the walls holding lost quills organized by year, their tags fluttering gently, though there's no breeze. Stacks of books lean in precarious towers, their covers bearing the scars of use and love. Jewelry boxes spill their contents in glittering pools. Old wands rest in velvet-lined cases. School robes hang on hooks, name tags still sewn into their collars. Everything, you notice, has a tag. Small pieces of parchment tied with string, written in neat handwriting. Lost, Hogwarts Library, 1995. Misplaced, Great Hall, 2003. Forgotten, Gryffindor Common Room, 1987. Another finder, a voice calls from somewhere in the back of the shop, delighted and knowing. How wonderful, a woman emerges from behind a curtain, and she's exactly the kind of person who would run a shop like this. Her hair is wild, silver white, and escaping from the dozens of pins trying to contain it. She wears layers of shawls and colors that shouldn't work together, but somehow do, and mismatched jewelry adorns her fingers and wrists and throat. But it's her eyes that catch you, violet and sharp, looking at you like she can see straight through to your bones, to your secrets, to everything you are and might become. A Kneazle follows her, this one much older than Copper, her fur silvery gray and her movements silent as smoke. She regards you with ancient, knowing eyes. Second year? The woman asks, though it doesn't really sound like a question. First Hogsmeade visit, and already you found me. How very interesting. What is this place? You manage to ask, your voice barely above a whisper. Exactly what the sign says, dear. She gestures around the shop with a hand that jingles with bracelets. Things go missing at Hogwarts. Quills, books, scarves, memories. They find their way to me. Magic doesn't like waste, you see. It likes to keep things, to preserve them, to give them another chance. You move deeper into the shop, reading tags as you go. A Gryffindor scarf, its red and gold still bright, despite the tag that reads, Lost Quidditch Pitch, 1989. A set of wizard's chess pieces, half the army missing. A photograph in a tarnished frame, the people in it waving, even though you can't quite make out their faces. That scarf, the woman says, appearing at your elbow, though you didn't hear her move. Been waiting a long time, perhaps for the right Gryffindor. Copper has climbed out of her basket, and the older Kneazle, the silver one who must belong to the shopkeeper, touches noses with her gently. Then, as if an understanding has been reached, both cats move deeper into the shop, Copper following her elder with complete trust. Should I? You start, but the woman waves her hand. Let her explore. Kneazles know what they're looking for. I'm Cordelia Ashby, by the way, and that's Whisper. She nods toward the silver Kneazle. You follow the cats, unable to help yourself, drawn forward by curiosity and something else, something that feels almost like recognition. They lead you to a back corner where the shelves are older, the dust thicker, the items more worn by time. Whisper sits on a shelf, perfectly still, and Copper sits beside her, both of them staring at a small wooden box. Your hands are shaking slightly as you reach for it. The wood is dark with age, smooth under your fingers. You lift the lid carefully, and inside, nestled in faded velvet, is a locket. Silver, tarnished, but still beautiful, on a delicate chain. The tag tied to it makes your heart stop. Lost, Hogwarts, 1977. Owner, A. Meadows. Meadows. Iris's last name. Your best friend's family name. Is it now? Cordelia has appeared beside you again, and her voice is soft, almost reverent. How curious. This belonged to someone in her family? You ask, though you already know the answer. The magic thinks so. Items find their way to me when they want to be found. And they call to people when they want to go home. She pauses, watching you with those sharp, violet eyes. Lost things have their own wisdom, you see, their own desires. You cradle the locket in your palm, and it's warm, warmer than it should be from just sitting in a box in a shop. It pulses gently against your skin, almost like a heartbeat. Can I buy it? The words tumble out. To give to Iris? Cordelia smiles, and it transforms her face, makes her look younger and older at the same time. Lost items have their own price. This one wants to go home. 3 sickles. That's all? You stare at her. But it's silver. It's old. It must be worth... It's lost, she interrupts gently. Lost things want finding more than profit. 3 sickles. You pay with hands that won't quite stop trembling, and Cordelia wraps the locket carefully in soft cloth before placing it in a small pouch. The moment it leaves your hand, you feel its absence, but you know it's going where it needs to go. You're turning to leave, to find your friends and give Iris this impossible gift, when something catches your eye. There, on a shelf you could swear wasn't there a moment ago, is the music box. The same one from Tomes and Trinkets, with its dancing dragons and heartbreaking melody. The mother-of-pearl inlay gleams in the shop's dim light. You move closer, disbelieving, and check the tag with fingers that have gone numb. Misplaced Tomes and Trinkets this morning. Wait, you say, looking at Cordelia. This was at Finwick's shop just an hour ago. I saw it. I held it. Was it? Cordelia's expression is innocent, but her eyes dance with secrets. Magic is funny that way. Objects wander. This one wandered here. It cost 7 galleons there. Here, she says quietly. It costs what you can offer. You check your remaining money with shaking hands. 3 galleons left from your carefully saved allowance, and a handful of sickles from buying the locket. You look at the music box, at this beautiful thing that called to you, that made you feel something you couldn't quite name. I have 3 galleons, you whisper. Then 3 galleons it is. But she doesn't move to wrap it, not yet. Instead, she asks, why do you want it? The question catches you off guard. You could lie, could make up some practical reason, but something about Cordelia's gaze makes you want to tell the truth. I don't know, it's beautiful. It made me happy. Her smile widens. Good reason, the best reason, actually. Here. She wraps it in brown paper, her movements practiced and sure, and ties it with string. When she hands it to you, the package feels heavier than it should, full of more than just a music box, though you can't explain what that more might be. How does this work? You ask, gesturing around the shop. How do things find you? I ask them to. She says it like it's the simplest thing in the world. I'm a finder, you see. I find lost things, and lost things find me. It's a gift, a rare one. She pauses, and her violet eyes fix on you with an intensity that makes you want to squirm. You might have a touch of it yourself. You found this shop, after all. The words settle into your chest, heavy and warm and somehow right. A finder. You turn the word over in your mind, testing it, and something in you resonates. Cordelia walks you to the door, copper now back in her basket, purring contentedly. At the threshold, the shopkeeper places a hand on your shoulder, light as a bird. A bit of advice, she says, and her voice has gone serious. Not all lost things should be found. Some are lost for good reason. Trust your instincts. How will I know the difference, you ask? Lost things that want finding feel warm. Wrong things feel cold. Remember that. You clutch your packages, the locket and the music box, both warm against your chest. Can I come back? If you can find me again. Her smile turns mysterious. The shop moves, you see, likes to keep things interesting. Magic has a mind of its own. The door closes behind you with that musical chime, and you turn to look back, to fix the shop's location in your memory. But the alley looks different now, longer than it was before, the shadows deeper. You blink, and the shop front seems harder to see, like it's fading, becoming translucent. You blink again, and there's just a brick wall, old and weathered and completely ordinary. You look down at your hands, the wrapped music box, the pouch with the locket, Copper mewing softly from her basket. Did that really happen? You whisper to her, and she just purrs, which could mean anything. The village sounds rush back in as you emerge from the alley. The chatter of students and shopkeepers, the clatter of hooves on cobblestones, the distant hoot of owls. You feel slightly dazed, like you've woken from a dream, except the packages in your arms are solid and real, and definitely not imagined. You find Iris and Tommy near the edge of the village, standing outside the post office, and the relief on their faces when they spot you makes guilt twist in your stomach. "There you are!" Iris rushes over, her braids slightly disheveled. "We've been looking everywhere. Where did you go?" "Just wandering," you say, which is technically true. "Lost track of time, but I found something. For you." You pull the pouch from your pocket and hand it to Iris. She opens it carefully, her fingers finding the locket, and when she lifts it into the light, her eyes go very wide. "This is..." She turns it over, finding the clasp, opening it. Inside is an inscription so worn you can barely read it, but Iris traces it with one finger, her breath catching. "AM, that's my grandmother's initials, Alice Meadows." Her voice has gone very small, very young. "She lost this at Hogwarts decades ago. She was always sad about it, mentioned it sometimes when she told stories about her school days. Where did you find this?" "A shop," you tell her, which is the truth, just not all of it. "It specialized in lost things." Iris's eyes are shining now, tears gathering, but not quite falling. I can't, thank you." And then she's hugging you, fierce and tight, and you hug her back, feeling the way she trembles slightly, overwhelmed by this impossible gift. "What shop?" Tommy demands when Iris finally releases you. "I want to go. That sounds amazing." You open your mouth, then close it, trying to figure out how to explain. "I don't think I could find it again." "What do you mean?" Tommy's face scrunches in confusion. "Did you not remember the street?" "Something like that," you murmur, and leave it at that. The walk back to Hogwarts feels different from the walk there this morning. The sun is setting now, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink and deep purple, and the air has gone cold enough that you can see your breath. Students stream along the path, tired and happy, their bags full of purchases, their voices mixing with the evening birdsong. Iris walks beside you, still clutching the locket, opening it every few minutes just to look at it again. "She's going to cry when she sees this," she says softly. "My grandmother. She's going to absolutely cry." "Best Hogsmeade trip ever," Tommy announces. "I got to look at all those telescopes, even though I couldn't afford one, and you got a pet and mysterious magical artifacts." "You didn't get the books," you interrupt, remembering. "The ones you wanted. They were too expensive." Tommy's face falls. "Oh, right. Well, next time. Here." You stop walking and pull the wrapped music box from your bag. For you, early Christmas present. Tommy takes it carefully, confused, and when he peels back the paper, his expression transforms. But this was at Towns and Trinkets. This cost 7 galleons. How did you... Just take it, you say, and your voice comes out more firm than you intended. You loved it in the shop. I saw your face. He opens the lid slowly, reverently, and the music spills out into the evening air. The tiny dragons begin their dance, gold and silver spinning in the fading light, and Tommy's eyes go wide with wonder. Other students passing by stop to look, drawn by the melody and the magic. This is the best gift anyone's ever given me, Tommy says, and his voice cracks just slightly. He closes the lid carefully, cradling the box like it might break. Thank you, really. The three of you continue walking, closer now, bound by the day's adventures and the gifts that somehow found their way to exactly where they needed to be. Copper has fallen asleep in her basket, exhausted by all the new experiences, her tiny body rising and falling with each breath. You can feel the confetti from Twist's shop still occasionally falling from your robes, little sparkles of chaos that make you smile. The castle comes into view as you crest the final hill, its windows glowing with light, its towers reaching toward the darkening sky. Home, you think, and the Fheno word settles warm and sure in your chest. The common room is busy when you return, full of students showing off their Hogsmeade purchases, comparing bags of sweets and joke shop items and new quills. Someone has started a fire in the hearth, and the warmth wraps around you like a hug. Copper wakes up enough to climb out of her basket and immediately starts exploring, sniffing at everything with great interest. What did you get? A third year asks you, genuinely curious. You look at Copper, at the small amount of money left in your pocket, at the memories already settling into your bones like old friends. A pet, you say, and some memories. Later, much later, you're alone in your dormitory, unpacking properly. The confetti crackers go on your shelf, still occasionally shedding sparkles, a reminder of chaos and laughter. Copper's supplies fill one corner, food and toys and a soft blanket for her to sleep on. You set up a little area for her, and she immediately claims it, curling up and watching you with those intelligent nasal eyes. You sit on your bed thinking about the day, about Cordelia's words. You might have a touch of it yourself. A finder. Someone who finds lost things, who helps them return to where they belong. The idea thrills and terrifies you in equal measure. Copper jumps onto your bed, padding across the covers until she reaches you. She butts her head against your hand, demanding attention, and you stroke her soft fur, feeling her purr vibrate through your palm. You helped me find that shop, you say to her quietly. Did you know? Did you know it would be there? She just purrs louder, curling up against your side, and you take that as answer enough. You lie back on your pillow, Copper warm against you, and let the day replay in your mind. Butterbeer and laughter, confetti explosions, the music box's melody, Iris's face when she saw the locket, Tommy's wonder at the dancing dragons, the mysterious shop that might or might not exist, full of lost things waiting to be found, your first Hogsmeade trip, your first real adventure outside of Hogwarts, and somehow, impossibly, you found something more than you expected. You found mystery and magic, and the suggestion that you might be special in a way you never considered, that you might have a gift for finding things that want to be found. Tomorrow you'll tell Iris about the flickering lantern, about Cordelia and her violet eyes, about the shop that moves and the warm feeling of lost things calling to you. Tomorrow you'll try to explain the inexplicable, to make sense of the impossible. But tonight, it's enough to hold the mystery close, to feel Copper's steady breathing, to know that somewhere in the village, if you could find it again, there's a shop full of lost things still waiting. And maybe, just maybe, some of them are waiting for you. You drift toward sleep, warm and content and full of wonder. The castle creaks and settles around you, ancient stone holding centuries of secrets. Copper's purr is a gentle constant, a reminder that you're not alone, that you found something today, or perhaps that something found you. Your last thought before sleep claims you is of Cordelia's words, echoing soft and certain. Lost things that want finding feel warm, and you smile because everything about today felt warm, felt right, felt like the beginning of something larger than you can yet understand. The confetti catches the moonlight from your window, sparkling like stars, and somewhere in the distance, you think you hear music, tiny dragons dancing in an eternal waltz. Tomorrow will bring new mysteries, new adventures, new things waiting to be found. But for now, you sleep, cradled by magic and possibility, by friendship and gifts given freely, by the knowledge that you found Hogsmeade, and Hogsmeade found you. The fire in the Gryffindor common room crackles on. Students laugh and talk below. Copper purrs against your side, and you dream of lanterns flickering in patterns, of violet eyes that see everything, of a shop that exists in the spaces between spaces, where lost things wait patiently for the right finder to come along. Your first Hogsmeade adventure is over, but somehow, you know it's also just beginning.